Chris Paul to the Lakers. The whole deal that should have went down some 7, 8, 9 years ago. Are they going to take the ball out of LeBron's hands? Are they going to get a real point guard to help make LA creative and just let LeBron do his thing and switch gears back and forth between Chris Paul? I'm kind of thinking he's back in the Suns uniform next year. Who else is going to replace what Chris Paul has done this year? Chris Paul carried the Thunder to the postseason as the guy, as the leader, as the alpha who got ripped off by Scott Foster in Game 7 of the first round. He carried this team to the NBA Finals this year. Chris Paul was playing like Steve Nash, literally. But if I were in Chris Paul's shoes, if you want to win a championship, you got to go. Phoenix Suns got to get younger at point guard. We need to find out who's going to be Devin Booker's point guard some 5, 6, 7 years down the line when inevitably Adam Silver gives him the championship, sort of like Dirk Nowitzki. This Suns team reminds me of Dirk losing out on the championship, and they eventually give it to him when LeBron threw the playoff series against the Dallas Mavericks because they had to give one back to Mark Cuban and Dirk Nowitzki. If Chris Paul's worried about winning a ring, realistically, the Suns beat the Clippers without Kawhi. They beat the Denver Nuggets with an injured Michael Porter. They defeated the Lakers with a banged up at 85% LeBron James. You're going to have the healthier Warriors next year. Klay Thompson back. These chances just don't come up every single year. Phoenix Suns going to have to go wait a little bit. They ain't got no chance for the next 4 years. If Chris Paul wants a title, he got to go to the Lakers. Who is going to be the Suns' next young point guard? We need an elite point guard. Was DeAndre Ayton awful against Giannis? Well, who else was going to stop Giannis this year? DeAndre Ayton is still a big piece as far as I can tell with his shot selection. He just has to play harder. Giannis plays hard every play. He can still get better because DeAndre Ayton is still only 22 years of age. What a bunch of NBA Finals experience on your belt, big man. Jason Terry weighed it out. Jason Kidd did. Barea, some guys on the Dallas Mavericks. Now, obviously, we're going to be talking about the Luka trade. But even if Luka was on the Suns, who's going to stop Giannis on the inside? I think it's too early to tell who made out better on the Luka Doncic, DeAndre Ayton draft day dilemma. If you don't get Damian Lillard, if you're the LA Lake Show, if you don't get Dame, CP3 is up next on the list. Could he get his payback against the Clippers? It's a good script. Russell Westbrook, payback against Kevin Durant, good script. Will the NBA let it happen? Probably not. They won't let it happen. I mean, I don't think this guy's guaranteed to come back next year. Some way, somehow, the Phoenix Suns need to get that young point guard. You're just not going to hang around with Chris Paul forever. If Chris Paul leaves, I see this is a good thing for the Phoenix Suns if they can see who's going to be that elite point guard who's going to win the championship with DeAndre Ayton. Hopefully, he can become an all-star if he really wants to put in the work. I don't know if he's capable of doing that yet. This guy's still young, though, but he doesn't play hard every play. Sort of like Amari Stoudemire a little bit. But he did do well against the Joker, against Nikola Jokic. He did really good, so I give him the props. He did good against Anthony Davis and whatnot. Probably the only way you see Chris Paul and the Lakers is if they don't get Damian Lillard. As far as the numbers tell, there's going to be a big deal with the team from Portland, Oregon this offseason. I think it has to do with LeBron being the trailblazer, that long journey to tie Michael Jordan. It would take 20 years, literally 20 years, 2003 to 2023. That is the epitome of a trailblazer. He is discovering the route to 6 rings in the NBA. And LeBron already knows the script, but you're going to take that horse, Damian Lillard. You're going to start out against the Dallas Mavericks. You're going to beat the Dallas Mavericks. You'll probably face off against the Suns at some point. You'll probably face off against Kawhi this year because the Warriors probably makes more sense for the revelation angle for 2023. But Chris Paul to the Lakers, it's worth talking about that right now because I'm thinking this guy knew really what was going to happen with his commercial. Well, yeah, the Suns won't make it there until 2026 because, Giannis is a 5. It's just going to be a 5-year wait for the Phoenix Suns because, so Curry's 33. He's going to get older. We'll see if Clay is still the same. KD's going to be gone. LeBron's going to be a little older. Maybe go play with Bronny. Kawhi will have peaked after 2025, I believe. When you guys retire, like Seth and LeBron and Anthony Davis and Kawhi and Kevin Durant and James Harden, and, the Suns' time will come, but as far as I can tell, they won't be going anywhere near the NBA Finals during these next 4 seasons. He's just going to have to wait. I think this dude is right when he says that the Suns remind him of the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, Shaq did beat the Mavericks in 2006. And Giannis is playing like Shaq. That was 2006. That was 5 years later. That was 2011. This Sun team reminded me of the Dallas Mavericks. It took didn't take forever for the Mavericks to win a ring. The Mavericks were in existence as far back as 1980 or 1970. I mean, they're a pretty young franchise, Dallas, at the time that they won. It was like 40 years that they existed. But for the Phoenix Suns, it's a while right now. And even with this garbage decade, they're still 8th in all-time win percentage. So they're still going to be in the playoffs. They'll be better than Denver. They'll be better than Utah. But against the 3-headed beast out west with the Lakers and the Warriors and the Clippers, you're not beating those teams over there. You're not beating them until these guys are done when they're beyond 35 years of age. Phoenix Suns will have to wait for a championship. The 80th NBA Finals makes a sense for me in 2026 for the next Kobe to win. Now I enjoy this. I just wrote my team and told you I don't give a damn for the past NBA Finals. Giannis won. It was for him. It was for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It's right before LeBron passes him on the scoring list. His 50-year championship spell is great news for calling the script during the next couple of years. There's going to be a big event that happens in his 50th playoff win with the Lakers. It's going to be a really big one. The dunk ain't happening on the King James birthday, I think it's going to happen for the 6th ring. So it's a little mind trick. It's not going to happen on Game 7 on June the 19th over Kevin Durant, or it's going to happen in 2023. I think so. I take it. 3 for 4 during LeBron's 4 years with Anthony Davis or whatever it is. And, if Kevin Durant win, if Kawhi win, then we can go ball it out before that ring NBA championship for Kobe Bryant, period, for Kobe Bryant.